If you served in the United States military before 1990, there is a real VA benefit that many older veterans have never claimed. Depending on your wartime service, health, income, medical expenses, and family situation, it could provide a substantial tax-free monthly pension. But no, every veteran is not automatically owed an extra $2,200. Today, I will show you exactly who may qualify, which VA forms are involved, and how to apply without paying a company hundreds or thousands of dollars. Before we begin, please subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel explains VA benefits, retirement programs, and important financial updates in clear, simple language. We check the official rules because veterans deserve accurate information, not exaggerated promises designed only to get clicks. Now, let's separate the real benefit from the misleading headlines. The benefit we are discussing is commonly called VA Aid and Attendance. It is an increased form of the needs-based veterans pension. It can help qualified wartime veterans who need assistance with everyday activities such as bathing, dressing, eating, or safely moving around. It may also help veterans who are largely bedridden, living in a nursing home because of a disability, or living with severe vision loss. This is a real federal benefit administered by the Department of Veterans Affairs. The monthly payment is generally tax-free. However, $2,200 is not a flat payment given to everyone. It is not a bonus automatically added on top of Social Security, military retirement, VA disability compensation, or an existing VA pension. Your actual pension is calculated by subtracting your countable annual income from the maximum annual pension rate that applies to your situation. That means two veterans with similar military service could receive very different amounts. One veteran might receive approximately $2,200 per month. Another might receive $900. A third person may not qualify financially at all. The correct message is that eligible veterans could receive a total monthly pension worth $2,200 or more, not that every veteran is owed an additional $2,200 on top of everything they already receive. Serving before 1990 can be an important clue, but it does not automatically make you eligible. The basic pension is intended for wartime veterans. You normally need at least 1 day of qualifying active duty service during a legally recognized wartime period. The major periods relevant to today's older veterans include World War II from December 7th, 1941 through December 31st, 1946. The Korean conflict from June 27th, 1950 through January 31st, 1955, and the Vietnam War era. For veterans who served in the Republic of Vietnam, the recognized Vietnam period began on November 1st, 1955, and ended on May 7th, 1975. For veterans who served outside the Republic of Vietnam, it generally began on August 5th, 1964, and ended on May 7th, 1975. The Gulf War period began on August 2nd, 1990, and remains a recognized wartime period under current law. You did not necessarily have to fight in combat, be injured in combat, or serve overseas. The important issue is whether your active duty service overlapped an eligible wartime period. If you entered active duty before September 8th, 1980, the usual rule is at least 90 days of active service, including one wartime day. Different minimum service rules generally apply to people who entered after that date. For example, an enlisted veteran may normally need 24 months of service or the full period for which the person was called to active duty. Some exceptions may apply. Your discharge also matters. A dishonorable discharge normally prevents eligibility. Veterans with other unfavorable discharge classifications may still have options, including requesting a discharge upgrade or a VA character of discharge review. Military service is only the first part of the test. To qualify for the underlying veteran's pension, at least one of the following generally must be true. You are at least 65 years old. You have a permanent and total disability. You live in a nursing home for long-term care because of a disability, or you receive Social Security disability insurance or supplemental security income. Many people mistakenly believe their medical condition must have been caused by military service. That is not normally required for this needs-based pension. VA, disability compensation, and veterans pension are different programs. Disability compensation usually requires a service-connected condition. Veterans pension is based largely on wartime service, age or disability, and financial need. To receive the higher aid and attendance level, you must also meet a medical or functional requirement. You may qualify if you regularly need another person's help with personal activities. Examples include bathing, feeding yourself, dressing, using the toilet, managing physical limitations, or staying safe in your daily environment. You may also qualify if illness requires you to remain in bed for a large portion of the day, if you are in a nursing home because of physical or mental limitations, or if your eyesight meets the VA's severe impairment standard. Needing occasional help with yard work, driving, shopping, or heavy housework may not be enough by itself. The medical evidence should explain what you cannot safely do independently and how frequently you need help. There is also a separate housebound level for pension recipients who spend most of their time at home because of a permanent disability. Aid and attendance in housebound cannot normally be paid at the same time. How much could you receive in 2026? For the benefit year running from December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2026, the maximum aid and attendance pension rate for a qualifying veteran with no dependents is $29,093 per year. That equals approximately $2,424 per month before accountable income is subtracted. For a qualifying veteran with one dependent spouse or child, the maximum is $34,488 per year, or approximately $2,874 per month. These are maximum pension limits, not guaranteed checks. Suppose a married veteran qualifies for aid and attendance and has $10,000 in annual countable income. Using a maximum rate of $34,488, subtracting $10,000 leaves $24,488. Dividing that amount by 12 gives an estimated pension of about $2,041 per month. The final VA calculation may differ depending on the income and deductible expenses accepted in the claim. Social Security, retirement payments, investment income, wages, and a spouse's income can be considered, but qualifying unreimbursed medical expenses may reduce countable income. Those expenses could include certain insurance premiums, caregiver costs, assisted living expenses, medical supplies, or other eligible costs that were not reimbursed by insurance. This part of the calculation can make an enormous difference. Do not simply look at your gross income and assume that you earn too much. Ask an accredited representative to review both your income and your eligible medical expenses. The current VA pension net worth limit is $163,699 for the period from December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2026. The calculation can include the veterans and dependent spouses' assets and annual income. Your primary residence, one personal vehicle, and ordinary household items are generally excluded. Savings, investments, additional real estate, boats, and other property may be counted. Be extremely careful if anyone advises you to suddenly give away money or transfer assets to qualify. The VA reviews certain asset transfers made during the 3 years before a pension claim. Transfers for less than fair market value may result in a penalty period lasting as long as 5 years. Never move assets solely to qualify for this program without receiving legitimate advice from an appropriately qualified and VA-accredited professional. Which free form do you need? The medical form most often connected with aid and attendance is VA Form 21-2680. Its full name is Examination for Housebound Status or Permanent Need for Regular Aid and Attendance. Part of this form must be completed by a medical examiner. The examiner should describe your diagnoses, limitations, ability to walk, ability to leave home, and the personal activities for which you need assistance. The VA does not charge a fee for the form or for filing the claim. However, a private medical provider could charge for an appointment or for completing paperwork. If you are not already receiving veterans pension, Form 21-2680 alone may not be a complete application. You may also need VA Form 21P-527EZ, the application for pension. If you live in a nursing home, VA Form 21-0779 may also be required to verify your residence and care.
Therefore, the headline's promise of one free form is oversimplified.
Form 21-2680 is extremely important, but your complete claim may require additional forms and supporting evidence. First, locate your DD-214 or equivalent separation records. Confirm your dates of active service and discharge classification. Second, gather your financial information. Include Social Security, pensions, retirement income, investment income, bank accounts, and relevant information for your spouse. Third, create a clear list of unreimbursed medical expenses. Keep receipts, caregiver agreements, assisted living statements, insurance records, and proof of recurring expenses. Fourth, schedule an appointment with the medical examiner who will complete the required portion of Form 21-2680. Do not ask the doctor to write only that you need assistance. The form should explain your actual limitations. For example, does another person help you get into the shower because you could fall? Do you need help dressing because of arthritis or weakness? Do memory problems make it unsafe to manage medications alone? Can you prepare food safely? Can you leave your home without assistance? Specific facts are more useful than vague conclusions. Fifth, complete the pension application if you are not already receiving the underlying pension. Review every answer before signing. Never sign a blank form for another person to complete later. Sixth, submit the claim online through va.gov, upload the completed PDF using the VA's secure submission system, mail it to the VA Pension Intake Center, or take it to a VA regional office. If you need time to collect the evidence, consider submitting VA Form 21-0966, an intent to file. An intent to file can help protect a potential effective date, provided you complete the application within the allowed period. If you begin an online pension application while signed in through an identity-verified va.gov account, the system may automatically record your intent date. Keep a copy of every form and supporting document you submit. The first mistake is assuming that service before 1990 guarantees eligibility. Your qualifying wartime dates still matter. The second is calling $2,200 an automatic additional payment. The VA calculates the pension using your applicable maximum rate, countable income, dependents, and deductible expenses. The third is submitting Form 21-2680 with vague medical answers. Your need for regular personal assistance must be clearly documented. The fourth is failing to report income or assets. Incorrect information could cause a denial, an overpayment, or a demand that benefits be repaid. The fifth is leaving out legitimate medical expenses. These expenses may reduce your countable income and could change the pension amount substantially. The sixth is paying an unaccredited company to file your initial claim. The VA warns older veterans about pension poaching. Scammers may promise guaranteed approval, ask you to transfer assets, demand an upfront fee, or request a percentage of your future pension. Accredited Veteran Service Organization representatives can help prepare and file an initial application without charging you. Before sharing financial, medical, or Social Security information, verify the representative through the VA's official accreditation search system. Here is the bottom line. If you served before 1990, had qualifying wartime service, meet the age or disability rules, have income and net worth within VA limits, and need regular help with daily activities, aid and attendance may provide meaningful, tax-free monthly support. Your payment could be around $2,200 per month, lower than that, or even higher in some family situations, but it is never automatic and the amount is not the same for everyone. Start by checking your service dates. Then review your health needs, income, assets, and unreimbursed medical expenses. Download the forms directly from va.gov or get free assistance from an accredited VSO. If this information could help another veteran, surviving spouse, caregiver, or military family, share this video with them. One accurate conversation could help someone discover a benefit they genuinely earned while protecting them from false promises and costly scams. Thank you for your service, and thank you for watching.